A very good morning to all of you. I hope all are keeping fine. Now, in the last week, we were going through our poem Ode to Autumn. Now, I think we have completed everything. I have given you the videos. We have already discussed the question answer, and everything is over. I hope everything is clear. If you have got any doubt, you can make a personal call and ask me. I can make it clear. Whatever doubts you have, you can just contact me. Okay? Because as you are in group, nearly 210 students, we cannot have a Google Meet. And that is why we are recording it and sending it. I think by the end of this week, that is by tomorrow, we will be able to put you into different classes, that is ABC. Then we will have Google Meet. Okay, anyhow, we will begin with our second section, that is from the prose and essay. That is what we are going to discuss in the coming days. The first one that we are discussing is Bose of E.V. Lucas. I have already sent the text introduction and the questions, so that the text you can just keep it beforehand, and then if you just listen to this video, you will be able to understand things. Okay, so it is the essay titled Bose, written by E.V. Lucas. E.V. Lucas, as it is said, Edward Verrall Lucas was born as the son of Alfred Lucas and Jane Nee Drevet in the year 1868. He was talented, but due to his poverty, he couldn't continue his university education. That is, he was a bright student, but see, as he didn't have much money, he couldn't continue with his studies. That is, he may have to do some work in order to help his parents. Now, he belonged to Quaker family, that is one of the prestigious family of that time, and so he got a chance. He was a person who has got capacity. He was so able person, and so he could write the biography of Bernard Barton, one of the known Quaker poet. And just because he wrote that biography, that book brought him some fame and money. See, just because he belonged to the Quaker family, he could write the biography of the Quaker poet, and that brought him fame and money. He was known by others and he could get money, and so we can say that made him rich. Then, what are the specialities of this E.V. Lucas? That is, he was a keen observer. Keen observation of life and the things that he see around. And then, portrayal of people and incidents. So beautifully he portrays. That is, in the description we are able to see the things that he has described. So he was a keen observer, and his description or portrayal of things and people and incidents and all very good. And see, these two good qualities made him a good writer. Then his writing, on what all things he has written. He has written down about sports, domestic life, then fine arts and literature. That is, he could write on anything and everything. That much capability he had. Then he was associated with so many important things. The first thing that it is said about a newspaper. The name of the newspaper is The Globe. Then about a literary journal. He was associated with the literary journal called The Academy. And then a humor magazine, that is The Punch. So see, he was associated with a newspaper, that is the Globe, then literary journal, that is the Academy, and the humor magazine, that is the Punch. Then he has written down essays, novels, travelogues, biographies, etc. See, if you go through the introduction of this E.V. Lucas, you will be able to see the different travelogues or the essays or novels that he has written down. So he writes not only essays, he has written down novels, travelogues, that is he has gone through very many places, and whenever he went to these places, he has written down the travelogues and biographies of many. Then his humor is generally kind and humane. Kind and humane. Humane means that he is so much concerned with the people. And it is evident in the bows. That is, when we go through our lesson, very clear that he is so kind and humane. That is, while going through the essay, we find that he is not hurting anyone. He is telling things which may not be so pleased, but that may not hurt a person. Then, Bose is his typical essay where we are able to see these observations and portrayal and his kindness and his humane in this essay. So it is a typical essay of E.V. Lucas. Then, who is a bore? Bore means a bore is a person who gives boredom to others. That is, we know we all people are at any moment of our life we become bores, because we may not be always telling things which will be pleasing to others. Always we people are selfish. We tell about us, is it not? See, if you just think about your life, you can see we have got some friends, and who will be the main person talking with others? That is, I myself. We ourselves. We will not give chance to others. We will not even ready to listen to others. We will be just going on telling about ourselves. We may be telling about our parents, our friends, or about our house, what all things we have got at home. So many things we have got, like a non-stop it goes on. And we know we may not be so much interesting things that we are talking with people. People will not be interested to listen to us. If someone else also talk with us, we do the same. So, but that is what it is said. A bore is a person who makes boredom to others. That is, then here in this essay, he is talking about a universal theme. What is the universal theme? That all the people, we all, in one way or the other, are bores. Everyone gives boredom to others. Here, and it is not necessary that there are some great speakers, great people who talks about things for a long time, that it is not necessary that everything is boredom. Some people, when they go on talking, we are so much interested in listening to them. But when some people talk, we may not be interested. So for some people, maybe as we saw the close bosom friend in the poem, here if you have got a bosom friend, that person may be listening to us, that it may not be a boring thing for others. But see, naturally, when someone talks, we may not be so much interested to listen to them. Then, why it is not interested? Is because the irrelevance of the subject. That is, all people may not have the same interest in listening to that topic. And then, total disregard of the context. We may not see when are we talking. See, is it the correct time to talk? We may not be looking at about the context. Then, there will not be any consideration for the listener. Even if they ask us to stop, we may not. We have got our own things so much to tell them. And so we just go on from one topic to the other. So see, irrelevance of the topic, the context not appropriate, and then not giving any consideration to the listeners. Just because of all these reasons, it can be a boredom, a boring thing. Then the bores thrive on our human nature. That is, the person who is a bore, he will be just know others. The weakness of the human people. What is the weakness of the human people? That we can never say no to others. We are so kind and considerate towards others. When somebody starts talking, we just listen. Even if we are not interested, we cannot just say no to them. And so we just listen to them. So that is the weak point of the human being. And on that weak point, the boss gives stress. Then here the essay boss is so witty. The style is witty and it is something like a conversational style. Though we cannot see another person talking, the author is just going on talking to someone. It is, the style is witty and it is in the conversational mood. The bores have enough and more topics to talk. We know, we all are bores, I said. And so what are the topics with which we are talking with others, we know? Is it not? See, we will be just going on talking about ourselves. Maybe if we take one day's thing, how much, see, today I got up late, or I didn't get the bus, or see, my mom prepared this, or I didn't learn. So many things. So I have got this and that. So many things are there to talk with. So always there are topics to talk with about ourselves, about our family, about our parents, about the conveniences, about the food that we eat, about our interests. So many things are there. And one or the other way, we all are bores. Is it not? As I told you, we make others boring with our talk. When we get a chance, we just go on talking. We will not see whether this situation is good to talk, whether the listener is interested. We may not consider all these things. We just go on talking, and so we can say one or the other way, we are also bores. And the foundation stone of all bores is egotism. Egotism means praising oneself. The foundation stone of all bores is egotism. Egotism is praising oneself. We will be just go on praising ourselves. We will be talking about ourselves. We may not even have a bit consideration towards others to ask about their interest. We just praise ourselves. And then it is said the best armor plate. Armor plate means the protection against the bores is total evasion. Evasion means keeping them aloof. If we know, oh, that person is coming and he is a bore, just make us away from that person. If that person see us, sure and certain he will come to us and start talking. And so better to avoid such people. Just go away from them. If we see them coming to us, just some or the other way escape from them. That is the only thing we can do. So see, the foundation stone of all bores is egotism. Egotism, that is praising oneself. And the best armor plate against bores is total evasion, that is keeping them aloof, keeping them away from us. I hope it's clear. Now if you go through the introduction that is given on this bores, you will be able to understand these things. See, you have to, after listening to this, you have to go through the introduction. Then you will be able to understand. Then we can go to the next step. That is, we will just go through our lesson. Okay. Boss, it requires a sense of superiority, assurance and self-confidence to write about boss at all, except as one of them. See, E.V. Lucas says, he is one of the boss, as everyone is. And so, to write about boss, he need a kind of superiority, a sense of superiority. I am a big boss. Then, an assurance as well as a self-confidence. See, I can write about boss. I am one among them. And so, I need a sense of superiority, an assurance and also a self-confidence in order to write about boss. But since a true bore is always unconscious of his boorishness and indeed usually thinks of himself as the most companionable of men, to write as one of them is to acquit oneself of the stigma. And in the second sentence it says that all the bores are unconscious of their boorishness. Everyone thinks that I am the most important companion of the other person. I am a bosom friend of others. And so what happens? They think that the others will listen to them. Everyone. I myself thinks like that. See, my friends are there to listen to me. And you may think your friends are there to listen to you. So everyone, we just forget about our boorishness and think we are the most important companion of others. And so what happens? We just go on talking about ourselves. Nonetheless, at some time, I fear everybody is a bore because everybody now and again has a fixed idea to impart, and the fixed ideas of the few are the boredom of the many. Now see, here the poet, the essayist, E.V. Lucas says that we people at times, we also become a bore. Why? Because we have got our own ideas and we try to impose our ideas on others. That see about the studies or about we are always ready to give advice to others. We think that we are the most important person, we know everything and we are ready to give our advice to others. So I myself think I am the best person and so I think my ideas are correct. Then what will I do? I will try to impose it on others. So that is what the last sentence says. We all are bores in one way or the other, just because we have got our own ideas and we try to impose it on others. We just share or we want others to follow our ideas. We are not ready to listen to them. We don't ask their permission. But we just go on imposing our ideas to them. We will be telling to them about all about us, but never ready to listen to them. I hope that paragraph is clear. So here in the first sentence it is said, as Lucas is one of the bores, he says to write about bores, he need a kind of sense of superiority, assurance and self-confidence. Then in the second sentence he says that all the bores are unconscious of their boorishness. They think they are the most important companion of others. And then in the last section he says that we all are, one way or the other, we are bores. It's because we have got our own ideas and we are trying to impose it on others. I hope it's clear. Now we go to the second paragraph. Also, even the least self-centered of men can now and then have a personal experience sufficiently odd to lose its true proportions and force him to inflict it over much of the others. Even the least self-centered person, some people we say that they are not at all selfish, they are always worried about others. But still, even such people have got to talk about themselves. We consider some people, they are not at all selfish. They are selfless people. They are only concerned about others. But even such people at times become boss. They have got an experience, a special experience it may be, as they are not self-centered, and they will try to share it with others. So they become boss because others may not be interested to listen to someone else. We all are like that. We want others to listen to us, but we are not ready to listen to others. So here, he may be a self-centered person, not least self-centered person, but still he has got a special experience and he wanted to communicate with others. Then the third paragraph. But boss, as a rule, are boss always, for egotism is beyond question the boss foundation stone. His belief being that what interests him and involves himself as a central figure must interest you. And in the next paragraph, it is said that egotism, that is the foundation stone of all bows, because everyone is interested to praise ourselves. We are so interested to talk about us. We will be telling about our good qualities, or about our families, or about the way we study, or about the way we are going to do things. Everything, always talking about ourselves, only centered on ourselves. And naturally, it may not be interested to others. And that is why it is said, the foundation stone of all bows is egotism. Egotism means self-praising. And see, we all have got our own interest, but we cannot impose that interest on others. But as we people are selfish, as we people are interested on ourselves, we try to impose our interest on others, and we want they behave as we like. It is their behavior should be a pleasing to ourselves. They have got their own personality. They may be, they have got their own things to share, or they may be interested in something else, or they have got their own involvements, but we never consider all these things. As we are selfish people, as we are self-praising ones, we want others to follow us. I hope it's clear. In the next paragraph, we see the topics on which the boss go on talking. There are variety of topics. Since he lives all the time, and all the time something is happening in which he is the central figure, he has always something new to discourse upon. So see, we are living in a society, and we know every day new things happen. We may not just live in the past. We are living in the present, and we know new things will happen. Every day new things. And see, a person has got a variety of things to talk. As we are living in a society, as we are living in the present situation, we have got very many topics to talk with. We are not interested about the past. we are interested about the present. And what are the topics he will be talking? Himself. See, this himself every now and occurs. As we go on talking about the various topics, every now and then himself is repeated. It shows the importance of oneself. So himself, his house, his garden, himself. See, just started with himself, his house, his garden. So see, some people have got maybe a big house, we can say bungalow and all, and then a big garden set, and they will be just going on talking about that. Then again see himself, that shows the importance. Then a married person, he will have other topics, that is his topic will be his wife, his children. So a married person will be going on talking about his wife and children. Then again himself, about the possessions. What are the things that he possesses? His car, his house, or his about his qualities, all these things. Then his handicap. Some people may be going on telling about his handicap, maybe in order to get a sympathy from others. Or maybe he thinks that is also, see, God has given me this handicap, but some other good qualities are there. Then himself, his health, his ancestry, that is, he may be, some people will be able to talk about their grandparents, about their great grandparents, about their forefathers, they will be going on talking. Then himself again comes. The strange way in which, without inviting them to, all kinds of people confide to him and ask his advice. Some people will be just go on telling, see, I am a most pleased one. Very many people come in seek of my advice. Some people are like that. They think, see, this person came to me to ask about this thing. So many people come to me seeking my advice. That means I am such an important person. Then his humorous way with waiters. That is, he got into a hotel and there he will be just how he is maybe polite, or how the waiters are polite to him. That means that much cordiality he has got. So his humorous way with waiters. Then his immunity from influenza. That is, he is about health it is said. And then this also comes in the health section. That is our immunity power. We may not be sick always. Some people we know, if there is a bit of rain or if there is a bit of hotness, they get sick. But he says about his immunity power that he will not be inflicted with influenza and all. Influenza means that is cold. Then his travels. Some people will be a person who is interested in traveling. They will be visiting very many places and they may write some travelogues. And we know E.V. Lucas has written down very many travelogues. And see, people who are interested in travels, they will be visiting many places and they will be talking about it. The instinct which always leads him to the best restaurants. We know some people are so much interested in visiting certain restaurants. They know there they will be getting the delicious food, or the food that makes him interested, or the food that makes him, or that he likes to eat. All may not go to all the restaurants. When we say about Irinjalakuda, some people have got to see these and these are the important ones. So for everyone, there will be some favorite places to have food. Then his clothes, all may not wear the clothes that others wear. Now if we have got, some people are there, if we wear a shirt and if someone has got the same shirt, then they may not put on that. So some people are so much keen interest they take about their dress. Then his dentist. We know if we have got some decay on our tooth, we may be going to a special dentist whom we feel that dentist will be able to give a fit advice to us, or he will be able to pacify us. We may not go to all the dentists. We have got a certain, or we may go to the same person always. Then his freedom from shiblos. Shiblos means customs. Some people are, oh, I don't care these things. Some people are so much about the customs, but some people are not at all caring about the customs or about their worship and all. He being one of those men who look upon the open air as the best church. So he hasn't got any special beliefs or customs. He may think that it is better to be in the open air, that he will be a person who think that everything will be quite okay for me. Then his possible ignorance of the arts, but certitude as to what he himself likes, his triumphs over the income people. Now see, some people, see his possible ignorance of the arts. Some people may not be, some people may not be interested in arts. Some may not be interested in listening to the music. Some may not be able to watch the dance. Or some may not be interested in any kind of literature. So some people are like that. So they are ready to say, see, I am not interested in such things. But the certitude as to what he himself likes. Certitude means that he is so sure. See, I like this and that. He is so sure of things that he likes. Then his triumphs over the income people. His triumphs over some people, the rich people are some or the other way try to cheat from the income tax. They may not show all their incomes, and some or the other way they escape from the income tax. So some people are ready to share, see, I have got so much things, but see, I am paying only so much income tax. So see, variety of topics are there. We may not be able to recall or remember all this, but we have to recall, or we have to remember some of the topics on which the boss go on talking. These are happy men. These words axle trees. These are happy men. That is, the person who has got variety of topics to talk are happy people, and they think that they are the world's axle trees. World's axle trees means we believe that the universe is just revolving on its axis, is it not? And see, these people think that they are the axis of all others. They are the center point of all others, and they are very happy because they have got very many topics to talk with. See, I have been referring to boys exclusively as men. Whether that is quite just, I am not sure, but I shall leave it there. See here, Lucas says, see, I was talking about men, about the women. That is up to you to decide. We know not only men, not only boys, women or girls are also boring people, is it not? Now, as we are in the mixed college, you haven't got a chance to come to Christ College, but in your school life, we know you have got the company of girls too. And there are also people who just go on praising about themselves. So boys and girls, we cannot make a difference between boys and girls, men and women. All are boys in one way or the other. That is what we have to think. Now I think this is sufficient for today. See, in the first paragraph we were just listening to both to Lucas, that he was just telling, as he is also one of the more, he need a kind of assurance, superiority, sense of superiority, assurance and self-confidence in order to write about boys. Then he was telling that the boys are not aware of their boorishness, because they think that they are the most important companion. Then in the last sentence of the first paragraph, it is said that everybody is a bore because we have got our own interest, we have got our own idea, and we try to impose it on others. Then in the coming paragraphs, we saw that even the least self-centered man also become at times bore because his special experience he will be trying to share with the others. Then it was said that egotism is the foundation stone of all bores. Egotism means self-praising. Everyone is so much fond of praising ourselves, and we have got our own interest and we try to impose our interest on others. Then in the last paragraph we saw the various topics with which we try to talk with others. The various topics a bore has got to talk with others. Everyone is a bore, and so we will be just going on talking about these boorish topics. Then in the last section it was said that he was talking about men because as he is a man, he is talking about men only. About the women, it is up to you to decide. But we know not only men or people, all on earth will be bores only because we are interested on ourselves, we are interested to talk about us. So that's enough. See, till then, you have to just not only listen to the video, go through the lesson and make it clear to you. If there is any doubt, you can ask. The rest we can see it in the next video. Okay, good.